What's good? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. We back on the boxing grind. And I'm going to link this article, link into the description. And Gennady Golovkin is back, contradicting himself, lying in interviews while trying to tell the truth and keep a straight face, all right? In this article, he says that he wants all his belts back, all right? If he beats Canelo Alvarez in a rematch in September, which I don't give a flying freak about that fight right now, or period. And he said if he beats Canelo, he wants to go for Billy Joe Saunders because he won all his belts back. Now, it's only one issue with that, all right? It's because if he fight Billy Joe Saunders and, you know, the WBC already mandated him fight Canelo or Jermall Charlo this time, and if he doesn't fight Jermall Charlo next, he's going to be stripped of his WBC title. See, he said he wants all the belts, and I guess he's banking on the WBC giving him an exception. An exception would be that he will put his mandatory Jermall Charlo to the side once again and fight Billy Joe Saunders and get his belt. Now, the issue, if he does get an exception, which I'll bring all this full circle in 1 minute in the whole article, so ride with me and be patient. But if he does get an exception, he's still missing the IBF title. And Derevyanchenko and Danny Jacobs are going to fight for the IBF title. And he will have to beat Billy Joe Saunders, okay? And now Billy Joe Saunders' name is no longer linked to fighting James DeGale after, quote-unquote, it's rumored that they both price each other out. Also, I did a video that James DeGale could be fighting Chris Eubanks Jr. right around the same time Callum Smith and George Grove fight for the winner of each fight to fight each other. So Billy Joe Saunders, like he might be staying at middleweight. And obviously, he could be facing Jermall Charlo right now, but that's not going to happen. So they already had a contract almost signed between Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders until, you know, Canelo gave Gennady Golovkin like 45.5% of the split. And Golovkin finally signed. So Billy Joe Saunders and Golovkin was supposed to fight sometime in September at the newly renovated LA Forum. Okay, so they already got a deal in place. And they already had a deal in place from last June as well until Oscar De La Hoya told Gennady Golovkin, if you fight Billy Joe Saunders, then, you know, you're not going to get a Canelo fight in September. And Billy Joe Saunders, you know, he was mad about it. And then Golovkin, you know, he obviously listened to his unofficial promoter, Oscar. And Golovkin also say in this article he still like to fight Murata, who's been mandated to fight Robert Brandt, a guy from Minnesota who lost to Jermall in the World Box Super Series tournament at 168. All right. So, like I said, he said, oh, yeah, the WBC champion, but I really like to fight Billy Joe Saunders. You know, this is a question for my promoter. That's what he said. This is a question for my promoter. So anytime you see a fighter delegate power to his promoter, and what people don't know, ultimately these fighters will fight who the hell they want to fight. They promoters work for them. Don't forget that. Sometimes people get it twisted and think the fighter works for the promoter. No, the promoter works for the fighter. And if he really wanted to go out the scope of his support and really make a fight happen, he could. See, if Golovkin beats Canelo, he gonna get stripped of the WBC. He lied all in one interview. He knows he got to fight Jermall Charlo next, or the WBC might strip him. All right? He says he want all the belts. But if you truly wanted all the belts, you would have fought Derevyanchenko in May. You know? And if Danny Jacobs or Derevyanchenko win, those are two guys that he's not trying to fight. He really lost to Danny Jacobs in most people's eyes. He wasn't trying to fight Derevyanchenko. But he don't really want all his belts. Because if he beats Billy Joe Saunders, you know, then he'll have to fight Jermall Charlo. But even before he gets to Billy Joe Saunders, he could be stripped of the WBC. He knows the WBC gave an exception only to fight Canelo and nobody else. So after this fight, he will have to fight Jermall Charlo. You know, if the WBC doesn't give him an exception to fight Billy Joe Saunders. And then even if he fights Billy Joe Saunders and get the WBO belt, he will still have to eventually fight Jermall Charlo. And then he will have to go fight the winner of the IBF championship fight between Sergey Derevyanchenko and Danny Jacobs. Two guys that he already proven he doesn't want to rematch Danny Jacobs. And he doesn't want to fight Sergey Derevyanchenko. All right? So this is back full circle. So I'm going to bring this all the way full circle for people that have been listening to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Some good sports talk, not just boxing. And good life talk, you know, entertainment, all that type of stuff. But remember I did the video saying that Jermall Charlo will be a fool to keep the WBC interim title. And this is what I'm talking about. Even though he holds the WBC interim title and WBC is probably telling him, you're going to get your title, you're going to get your shot, you're going to get your shot. Golovkin is still selling, trying to become unified champion. Golovkin is still trying to sell fighting Billy Joe Saunders before fighting him. Still trying to sell fighting Murata, the regular WA middleweight champion before and gold medalist before fighting Jermall Charlo. I told you guys, Jermall Charlo was a complete fool to even continue to hold that WBC interim title, because it's just going to come down to if Golovkin wins or Canelo wins. I don't believe Canelo's going to fight Jermall Charlo next, and I don't think the WBC going to strip Canelo. They will strip Golovkin, you know, but this dude is not going to get a title shot for his WBC interim title. I think a year down the line, he gonna get a vacant. He gonna become the WBC full champion without having to fight for it. And I wouldn't want to be handed nothing, even though you fought Hugo Centennial Jr. for a title, the interim title. Don't you want to feel the satisfaction of beating your opponent in the ring and being handed the title and putting the title around your waist? See, he believe in the WBC, and the WBC ain't nothing but about money. Because all Golovkin I tell them is, okay, I'll beat Billy Joe Saunders, give me 7, then I rematch Canelo. Y'all get more of my gigantic purse for fighting Canelo again. You know what I'm saying? So Jermall Charlo he's a pawn in this whole game. He getting jerked off, man. He in contact with the WBC, and if the WBC don't strip Golovkin or Canelo winner after they fight, win, lose, or draw for not fighting Jermall Charlo next, Jermall Charlo gonna look like the fool. He the guy that got taken out of every sanctioned belt body except for the WBC interim championship ranking. You know, every sanctioned belt body, he gave up his ranking to hold an interim title belt. You know, he ain't even talking about the next 2 fights, even if it's not a Canelo rematch after the second fight, fighting Jermall Charlo. You know, this dude probably gonna fight Billy Joe Saunders. You know, then he said he wants all the belts. Then he want to go for Danny Jacobs and Sergey Derevchenko winner. Then he said he want to fight Murata. Dude, Jermall Charlo ain't never going to get a shot. And this is another contradiction of Gennady Golovkin. I thought these boys said he had an interpreter. You know, because he contradicted himself all in the same article. I want you to go to the link in the description and read this article. You know, just ask my promoter, man. I hate when fighters say that. Oh, it's my promoter. You the boss. The promoter worked for you. And Gennady Golovkin says, you know, I really want to fight Billy Joe Saunders next. And they have a deal in place. So, obviously, if the WBC is serious and they've been keeping it real with Jermall Charlo, they're going to strip Gennady Golovkin and make Jermall Charlo the WBC intern, the full champion. And Gennady Golovkin don't have no ambitions on fighting Jermall Charlo to keep that WBC belt. So, my point is, the only reason that Golovkin is able to keep the WBC belt right now is because the WBC gets 3% from Golovkin and 3% from Canelo Alvarez. The real question is, if Canelo win the belt from Golovkin, will they strip Canelo? Because Canelo not gonna fight Jermall Charlo, or will Canelo give up his belt? We know Canelo will give up his belt, but I think Jermall Charlo gonna get jerked around, bro. I've been saying that. Golovkin or Canelo don't want to fight him. And people say, well, they bone, the Charlo's bone, nobody want to fight him. I mean, how you going to fight somebody if you don't get an opportunity? Golovkin's still not talking about fighting him. Dude is terrible, man. Terrible. I told y'all he was the most fraudulent guy as soon as he touched down in the United States, and I got a chance to see his whole career and the guys he was trying to fight. You know? Seriously. And Billy Joe Saunders, why are we fighting Billy Joe Saunders, you know? Because he got the WBO belt. You could have fought him last June and become undisputed. But you let Oscar talk you out of it. Then you talking about the dude from Japan, you know, that bring a lot of money. That's the only reason you want to fight him, because he bring a lot of money. But they don't never want to get a black fighter a chance. And that's what I be telling y'all, man. Like I said, Golovkin is a fraud, man. He fraudulent. I've been saying this since day one, man. But nobody was listening. People said I was hating. But now everybody was coming back full circle and saying the same thing. Just listen to him. Interpreter, no interpreter, Abel Sanchez. They all idiots, dog. They all idiots. Like I said, I'm going to link this article into the description, and you can read it yourself. You know, this dude is a coward, dog. And I say that with every truth and every energy, everything in my body. Gennady Golovkin is a coward. He's a coward. He ain't big drama show. He don't want all the belts. Because if he wanted all the belts, he would have fought Sergey Derevchenko in May and kept his IBF belt. You know what I'm saying? He's a consistent and habitual liar. He said, well, you know, Golovkin should be banned from the sport and this and that, but I'll still fight him. I'll still fight him if he got juice in his butt. You know, then Abel Sanchez come out. If Golovkin got tested positive, he'd be banned for a long time. Okay, true that. True that. But you guys said you still will fight Golovkin, even in the rematch, still fight Canelo, even in the rematch if he was juicing. Just listen to these guys, man. You could tell who thorough, who 100, who a buck, who real, who trill, however you say it, wherever you from, and who lying. Because when they do all these interviews, the truth is the truth. It ain't going to change from interview 1 to interview 1 million. A lie is a lie. You know? And like I say, man, somebody need to get this to Jermall Charlo, man. He getting played, man. He getting jerked around. But it's the Boxing Clinic and more. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to donate, the PayPal link is in the description. Also, you want to collab a bit, or you want to, you got some business partnership or some interest. My email is just strictly for business use only. I said again, only for business use only, my email. But all those links from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is in the description. If you want to subscribe, please hit the bell icon and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live as well. And we got the new college sports page popping off. If you into college football or basketball, the new college sports page is in the link in the description. Me, the Cali Enigma, Colossal Sports TV, the college S1210 college football is most wanted. And also share the videos, much appreciated. Don't forget the article link is in the description. I don't lie, I don't clickbait. I'm not a casual boxing talker, or you know, somebody that lies and makes up stuff like casual boxing talk. But y'all know what it is, real trail boxing talk. Your boy CJ Goodfella, one time for the one time. We gone.